Welcome to PACKMATES, a Magic the Gathering podcast where we take a deep dive into the limited format. The PACKMATES are a group of friends. No, I'm just kidding.
The part where Andrew forgets
chums,
the intro.
a group of chums that enjoy going to F&M, getting wins, and sometimes card sharking. And I'm Andrew, the resident detective expert today.
I'm Joel, your resident combo expert.
I'm Ryan, the resident aggro expert.
I'm Robi, the resident turtle expert. And
We are the PACKMATES.
Got him.
Live all together.
Yeah.
Live.
Check us out in our Discord.
Not actually live.
Like and subscribe. Do some things. Help us get our numbers up here.
Yeah. We'll help you out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just ping us. You got to ping us if you want help, but
Yeah.
we'll be there.
Mm-hmm. We got some cool deck boxes now.
Yeah.
Or actually one of our PACKMATES is.
Yeah, I'm
Dudes
making
are
deck
cool.
boxes. I put them in the Discord.
Yeah.
I put some pictures and made like a new text channel. And if you're interested in ordering one, just get with me and we'll see what we can do.
They are super cool.
Yeah, they're
Thanks.
pretty
You can
cool.
still win one too, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, I 7-0'd my first try. Robi
remember
7-0'd his
that.
first
So-
try. How hard can it be, guys?
It can't be hard. Can't
Right.
be hard.
If you look at my deck.
I would say Joel is like an honorary 7-0 because he did it when money was on the line.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah.
So we had a 10-man draft today. All the PACKMATES in
Yep.
the house.
Same
for
pod.
F&M, same pod. Had a good time there. Ryan, how good was your time in this draft?
Oh, it was good. It was good. I think I'm going first.
Yeah.
Because I won and
You won.
got Andrew in the finals.
Yeah.
I couldn't lose after last week.
You did call me out. I
Totally.
did make it to the finals, by the way.
And it's not his fault. He had to sit to my left. You're not gonna beat me when you're on my left. Like it's just not gonna happen.
It's rough. Cut me hard. Cut me hard on that. Pass me good white cards and then cut me on them.
Passed you 0 good white cards. Well, I passed you like 2 because it was early, but that's it. So you're on white incorrectly.
Incorrect?
Yeah.
I should have kept it on. Yeah.
I went with the Boros aggro deck. I was basically mono white pack 1. I just figured I would hard cut it and then try to profit pack 2 with a 10-man pod. And I was like hard cutting pretty good cards like Novice Inspectors and stuff like that. And then late pack 1, I started waffling between black and red. I got past like the one that pumps. Was it Fester Leech? And then I got past 2 persons of interest. I was like, okay, I'll be red. And then pack 2, pack 3. Both pretty good. Opened up Cranko in pack 2, so that was dope. Got past a Reckless Detective in the bottom 5 of a pack in pack 3. That was pretty exciting.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Boros aggro, 17 dudes, 7 non-dudes. Had the enchantment that everyone loves, connecting the dots. Won me some games I shouldn't have won.
Spicy game.
Okay.
Won me
Spicy
some.
one.
I played against the mono removal deck. I didn't have I had 0 persons of interest, which was kind of bad. But I did have a couple of things that made, I had a dog walker and I sideboarded on a Krovod Haunch for that guy.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick
It was really
tech.
good against him too.
Sick tech.
It was a sick tech.
It's a good main board card, Loki.
Especially when I used Cranko to sack it and made 3 dudes.
Yeah.
That is
yeah,
gross.
so dumb.
Yikes.
Disgusting. But yeah, won a game where the dude casted Vein Ripper twice in the same game.
Okay.
So
That's
Jeez.
crazy.
yeah, had some good games, tough wins, close games. It was a lot of fun tonight. But yeah, pretty normal Boros aggro deck.
Yeah, that's right.
What about you, Andrew?
I drafted. Well, I started off with some white cards. I actually drafted some of the Surveil lands like kind of early because I figured I'd keep myself open on that. I drafted an Insidious Roots, and I said, ooh, this might be the week for it. And no, it was definitely not the week for it. I ended up going white-blue detectives. And it was mainly more mono-blue than it was white. I couldn't really figure out my next color on that. I knew blue was like completely open, or at least from what of the cards I was getting.
Yeah,
I
blue was
felt like it
crazy
was
open.
pretty open. And I think I could have read the signals a little better and actually gone into the red. There was a really late Galvanize in pack 2, like extremely late. I think it must have been like 5th pick in the pack. And I was like, wow, that is incredible. And it's still there. And then there was in pack 3, there was a very, very late, was it the Gear?
Gleaming Gear Drake.
Gleaming
yeah.
Gear Drake, thank you. Yeah. And it was like 5 cards left in the pack, maybe 4. And it was just there. And I realized, man, I really should have paired red with this blue deck. And I think it would have been all right. But, I got a little bit more aggressive things. Got some of those, had like a slight detective kind of theme there. Thankfully, some people were helping me out with my deck a little bit. I had the detective case, and somebody reminded me how crappy the card is. So it definitely made
Actually unplayable.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good to have the packmates there to back me up a little bit on that. But other than that, the games went pretty much to script there. It was a really more of an aggressive slight to the deck, and then the out colds just were getting the like last points of damage in. It was just incremental damage with the out colds. It was like, okay, flyers in the air, tap your flyer or your reach guys, get there.
Yeah.
Or tap your biggest guy and then I'll tempo you out.
You had a ton of flying stuff, it seemed like.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was a good deck.
Yeah. Seemed good.
Yeah. Joel, how'd you do?
So I went 2-1. I felt like I was in the right place for the most part, but I definitely got debated into white in Pack 2.
You're welcome.
Robi passed me 10th District Hero, and I was like, what are you doing? I guess I go into white. I'm going to play this
That
now.
was pack 1?
Pack 2.
Pack
Pack
2.
two.
Jeez.
But it was that, and then there was like a makeshift binding, and I already had a couple white cards, and I was like, I guess I'm just going green-white, right? But I already had a repulsive mutation, and then I got another repulsive mutation, like pick 9.
I tanked on those repulsive mutations hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought Semic would be pretty open for you too.
I was I was there, but I knew the person, sometimes when you draft with people that you know a lot, you kind of know their tendencies. There's some people who really like drafting white cards. There's some people who really love drafting green in this set, like very much love drafting green. And so I knew if I took the repulsive mutation, that might be it.
Yeah, no, I was definitely heavy green, and then just like splashing blue and white. I think I was on 3 basics each for blue and white, and then just like all forests, a couple nervous gardeners, that kind of stuff. But
Any surveil lands to match
I
with
did
the
not.
gardeners?
I really needed a surveil land, and I did not see a single, even like partially on color for blue, white, or green. And that would have helped so much.
That's one of my favorite
honestly.
things to do in paper draft is when you get the surveil land, they inevitably grab that gardener and look at it. They gotta read it every time.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, that's pretty good.
Basic land type, yeah.
Yeah.
It also goes incredibly well with the Flourishing Bloomkin,
Ooh.
because it just says a forest card. It doesn't say a
Yep.
basic forest card. And it already says put one onto the battlefield tapped. So it's already entering tapped, right? So it's just like free value if you have a surveil land. And I did not have a surveil land to go with it.
Yeah.
So that would have, I think, been the single like biggest upgrade I could have had for this deck. But other than that, I just had like, some good value creatures. Too many 4-drops. I needed a couple more 3s. But other than that, yeah, just reasonable deck. I also got to really late analyze the pollen, which like isn't a huge bomb or anything, but it is just, like gets you any
Very
land
good.
or late
Very
game, just grabs you a good creature. So, I definitely had a game where we were both top decking, just like we were both drawing, what is it? And I top decked analyzed the pollen, and I was like, I'm going to go tutor. And it won me the game. Right?
I'm surprised that got to you. I knew the person next to me was drafting green as well. I really thought they were going to take that
It
pollen.
was really late.
Yeah, it was
like,
super late.
I think that was 10th or 9th pick.
Yeah.
Like, you don't expect to see green rares going that late. Like,
No.
green's pretty good in this set.
Yeah.
Did you tutor for a Killer Among Us?
No, it's any creature or land. So I ended up tutoring for, I think it was Undercover Crocodile. Like, I didn't tutor for a great creature or anything.
Oh, man.
Right? Like, I don't have
What a
anything
garbage
that good to get.
creature to go
But,
up
like,
for.
in terms of just having your land turn into a 6-drop, that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah. So,
Yeah, so I ended up getting mildly debated into Rakdos by Joel.
I was blue, green, white. You were black,
It
red.
was
This is how
funny
it's supposed
though.
to be.
It was
Yeah.
funny though because Joel was giving me all these Rakdos cards. I took none of them. I passed them to the person right next to me, and then I ended up in Rakdos. So I aggressively cut the person right next to me,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
but for sure debated them into it on accident. I took Aurelia over the 10th District hero.
That's fair, honestly.
Yeah.
Aurelia
So,
is a busted
yeah.
magic card.
Hmm.
I always
So,
forget that,
yeah.
like, you could have taken a busted card in that color
Yes.
over it.
Yeah.
It's like, you think it's like, oh, this is one of the best white cards. But, like, also, Aurelia. Like, yeah.
Aurelia, yeah.
You could just have both in the same
Just
pack.
very
Play
good.
boosters.
Yeah, I ended up going Rakdos, and I kind of got debated into it. There was like, I got like a second to last pick, Snarling Gorehound. I was like, all right, it's time to go in. And I first picked the Hunted Bone Brute because I
What's
just
that
like
one?
it. The The 3-mana 6/2.
Oh yeah,
The 3-mana 6/2 with Menace.
Menace, yeah.
The
You always
disguise
disguise it, so you don't give them dogs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I just kind of had standard whatever Rakdos, lots of 1-drops. I ended up going 2-1. I got so screwed in the pairings. I got paired down in round 2 and then just got 2-0'd by like the jankiest red white deck ever. And just got due diligence.
red white's good in any flavor, baby.
Any flavor.
Thanks for taking that L for us.
Yeah.
We really appreciate
Made
it
it
up
a-
top.
Yeah,
3 rounds.
for sure.
We made it a clean cut.
I jumped on a hand grenade for the team.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah, with that one. Yeah. But yeah, 2-1. It was whatever.
nice.
We went 2-1.
A splashing white for a row, yeah.
It was a pretty good record for the Packmates.
Yeah.
I had a fun fact. So
Fifth
I took
place,
Leyline to
2-1.
the guild pack first, like pack 1, pick 1. One of our buddies needed it. After that, I took 5 cards. Total converted mana cost was 6. Those 5 cards.
Dang.
I was like, this is gonna be sick.
Oh gosh, when I saw those novice inspectors when you turned over your cards,
How
it
many
just
did you have?
Sunk me.
2.
Oh, yeah.
It sunk. It was like, oh, I could have used one. You couldn't spare one of them.
No.
Nope.
No, you should never pass it.
I had to pass a dog walker for the stupid ley line too.
I
It
got
was
a
so
really,
sad.
really late dog walker.
Was it pack 1?
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
so,
that's the one I passed.
I was
the one I
surprised Joel
passed.
didn't take it, but Joel was giving me so much.
I was like heavy green at that point. Hadn't picked a second color because I kept getting really good green cards. I think the Nervous Gardener, the Flourishing Bloomkin, and like I don't know. The last one was probably like Killer Among Us and something else. Like just all solid playable green cards.
I will say Joel is like my favorite person to draft right next to.
I feel like
We
I
just
said-
stay out of each other's stuff.
We both get each other's
We
signals. Yeah.
symbiotic relationship, right?
That's amazing.
Like
You
it
got a
should be.
clear signal from Robi.
It's-
find
He
that to-
always does. He always does because he knows what he's doing.
I tried.
Nobody
I
else
tried.
knows what they're doing.
You just have to embrace the chaos and understand
Yes,
he could be
yes.
anything, but he's probably in these 2 colors mostly.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's a little easier when you pass to him first.
When you get past,
Yeah, in pack 2, you can be like,
That's true,
you should be in this. Come on.
Yep.
Like,
If you're not, it's not my fault.
those 2 people are. Like, if you're not, the next 2 people are, and it's still fine.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was giving me some good red cards for sure.
yep.
Yeah.
So next up, Joel went to a big Magic tournament.
Yeah, I went to the Hunter Burton Memorial Open. So it was a really good time. I did the Ian Joshua Memorial Sealed there. It's a $250 entry, limited high roller event. We didn't fill up. Apparently, they've said they filled up like in past years, but this year we only had 40 out of the 64 player cap. So that was a little disappointing. I was hoping for the full, 64, because at 64 there was going to be a 10K prize pool. So we still had like 6K in there, which was pretty cool. But I was hoping for the full 64.
Yeah.
But it was sealed, and then a cut to top 8 and a draft. So in the sealed, I just went red, green, white bombs. Play what you open for the most part in sealed. And when you open Aurelia and Tulsamir and No Witnesses and Pyrotechnic Performer and Fugitive Codebreaker,
Goodness.
you play red, green, white. Right?
Jeez.
Like just all of the on-color bombs there, and then some reasonable fixing, like Topiary Panther kind of stuff. So one of my games, I played against PT Bench, a Twitch streamer, really cool guy, great interaction. But I flipped Pyrotechnic Performer, and then I ended up dealing 17 damage with it. Who needs combat? Just flip all your big creatures, and they're dead. Because Offender at Large, you get to choose the order the triggers stack in.
Do you really? That's crazy.
Yeah, no, and so like its power goes up before you see which one it's flipped.
So
then it
it
deals
gets
7. Yeah.
That's wild.
So it was like he called the judge, which is like perfectly reasonable. It's a weird interaction, but it's like, yeah, no, I'll flip it, have it get +2/+0, and then damage you. And it's just he goes from 17 when he swung to all of a sudden at his end step he's at 10, and then I'm swinging in with that, and I flip something else, and he's just dead. Like,
That's wild.
yeah, I definitely had some good luck there, but I ended up drawing in. I went from 0-1 to 4-1. And then drew in 4-1 and 1 to make the top 8.
Whew, nice.
So I was feeling a little discouraged after round 1,
Oh, yeah.
like, oh, this is going to go poorly. I thought I had a good deck, and I just got steamrolled. 0-2 was not close. But then I made the top 8. I drafted black. Mistakes were made.
Oh.
Right. I was the only black draft at the table. I saw people's decks. I looked around. There was not a single other person even splashing black. Right. So it's like, I think I was in the right lane. I got a pick 7 in pack 3, Sir Conrad, right? Like the list card. So, whenever anything dies or leaves your graveyard or anything, it pings your opponent for 1. And then you can pay 1 to black to have each player mill a card. And it's a 5-mana 5/4. So.
Draft staple.
Yeah.
Staple in the format.
No,
So sick. And
it was gross. And then I had like a pick 5 Case of the Stash skeleton, right? It's like no one else was in black. But at the same time, the almost mono black, it just didn't get there. I chose not to split because there were a few people at the table who I was like fairly confident in beating, and then a few other people who were like real grinders, And I queued into one of the people who are real good.
Oh, man.
Just like unfortunate, but it happens.
Man. Yeah.
So I was still happy. I cashed, so it was a good time.
Yeah, it's like I felt so vindicated after going 7-0, forcing mono black, seeing that Joel went like basically mono black in like a real actual draft. I was like, oh, he knows. He knows.
Mono black splash Tesa. Because when you open Tesa, and you get
Tesa's
past all
good.
that,
Yeah, Tesa's splashable for sure. I will say a lot of extracted confessions. I'm not convinced that card's actually good.
I had 2, and based off of the person who was across from me, obviously you can't tell nearly as much when you're across, but the people near me were definitely green. I was fairly confident he was going to be big dumb creatures, and he definitely was.
Yeah, it's good against that deck for sure.
And like they were good there. He didn't have like any dog walkers, anything like that.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of disguised creatures and that kind of stuff. So they were reasonable there. I could definitely have seen cutting one though. I was initially more red. I had got past Krenko. So I pack 1, picked 1 Tesa, and then got past a Krenko, pick 2, right? And there was some random list card is still in the pack, right? So they didn't pick a list card over Krenko. And then there was a basic, so they didn't pick a land. So they just picked something, pack 1, pick 1 over Krenko, which, threw me for a loop.
Wow.
I was like,
dude, I could think of things like Novice Inspector.
yeah, no, but
I would
like over
never take that
Krenko?
over Krenko.
It's
That's
probably
crazy.
better.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It probably
It's a
has
3/3
a high,
haste for 3.
And
It
then
probably
whenever
has a
anyone
higher
sacks an
opening.
artifact.
It probably has a higher opening hand win rate.
I mean, Novice Inspector's busted, but I don't know. But like that kind of threw me for a loop. I ended up in red for a while and then just cut it. So
I would never even consider Novice Inspector versus Krenko.
Yeah, no way. Not that early in a draft.
it was like pack 1, pick 2.
Yeah,
Right,
no
like-
way.
Take Tesa, get past Krenko. It's like, I guess I'm going like Mardu stuff, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's pretty good with Tesa, right?
Yeah, no, I was thinking like these bombs synergize, but like Tesa already kind of wins if left unchecked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man.
Not drawing the Tesa was definitely not for the best, just like what else?
Sometimes you'll always draw the one bomb in your deck, right?
Yeah.
Yep, you're less likely to draw it than you are, or not to draw it than you are to draw it. Like you're more likely not to draw it than you are to draw it in most games, right?
Sure.
So keep that in mind when you're building your deck.
You can't just build all around one card.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you feel the power level of the black deck, even though you were the sole person in there, was enough to get you to the...
I didn't feel like my deck was terrible. Like I didn't love it, but it felt pretty reasonable. But I also felt like I was playing against one of the better players at the table, if not the best. It was like, just queued into someone who like was very, I was like watching the sealed games and he was very competent, always knowing what he was doing, sequencing, etc. Whereas like a lot of the other players were there because it's a charity event. It's like for suicide prevention, it's a great cause.
Yeah. What were they on?
It was mostly red, green, big stuff with like a white splash. I never saw what the
Really?
splash was for.
Wow.
But like, just like solid aggressive curve.
I find like green's one of those colors now that everybody's kind of picked up on as being one of the better in the set.
Yeah.
And it's very hard. Like a lot of people just kind of splash into it, or they're either full bore with like a splash.
I'm not with green.
It's like a top 3 color, I
okay,
guess.
yeah.
I love green.
I don't.
I think
like
it's
it.
pretty
Third-
contested.
Third
Like,
best color.
I'd say it's
Third best
second.
color?
I think it's white then green.
White, red, then green.
I think it's white, green, red, blue, black.
Yeah.
Black's probably worst.
Yeah, that's why
Black
it's my
is like
favorite.
sixth. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my
definitely.
favorite.
Yeah, colorless, void, or what is it?
You guys really think green's better than red?
I feel like
I
green's way
don't-
more likely to
I
be
don't
contested,
know.
at least from what I've seen.
Well,
Green
like
has
contest,
more
like,
ways.
sure. Like I'm just saying in general.
The
Like,
top tier red deck might be better than the top tier green.
if you had to
though.
choose between green or red, you should choose red, right? Like,
I don't know.
It depends. I really like being able to play all my bombs for my play boosters.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of green fixing.
don't get it twisted. I love the green everything deck. Like, it's probably my favorite deck to build in this format. But
I think even just a mono green with some light splashing.
Yeah, no.
Is just like
Mono green 4-color is my
Yeah.
favorite deck.
I like the Simic 5-color.
yeah.
That's my favorite.
The mono black splashing everything deck.
Yeah.
Boy.
I did good with that last week.
I mean, if it works, it works. Yeah.
Up next, we can talk Thunder Junction
Yeah.
and some of the new mechanics. that
Yeah, explain
were
those to us.
spoiled.
So we're a month out from Thunder Junction. Is that right? Or
It's not a full month, is it? It's like, I thought it was a month like 2 weeks ago. When we were complaining
April
about it.
19th, I believe.
So it's like a
Is
month.
the release or the
It's like a
pre-release?
month.
Release
It's a
day.
month-
So
it's a
pre-release
month-
might be
a
a
month
week
ago.
before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-release is probably like 2 weeks before.
yeah, it's
that.
like the 12th, right?
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
We got a couple of weeks here, and I know there's been spoilers. There's been some leaks actually. Somebody leaked like an entire pre-release kit, right?
Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
had a full pre-release kit somehow,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
So we got a little extra sneak
Did-
preview of like.
Did Wizards send the Pinkertons for them?
You know they did. Yeah.
Yeah, you know they did. There's precedent now.
Cutting fingers off over there. So what new mechanics do you have, Ryan?
Okay, so the first one is Plot. This is just a 3/2 for 3. When it enters the battlefield, exile the top card of your library until the end of turn. You may play it, but it has Plot for 2 and a red. So it costs 2 and a red, or it has Plot for 2 and a red. If you pay the Plot, you can play it on a later turn for free as a sorcery. So it says you may pay 2 and a red and exile this card from your hand, cast it as a sorcery on a later turn without paying its mana cost. Plot only as a sorcery.
So it's like Foretell, but you're like letting
You're
them
paying
see
like the
it.
full cost and letting them see it. Yeah.
You have to pay the full
Well,
cost.
on this card, I don't know if there's other cards that are like
So
different.
it's like Foretell, but face up.
Face up Foretell with no discount.
Huh.
But
That's
the
what this
idea then
card
is,
is.
right? Like on this, then you're almost always going to be able to play the card you exile. 'Cause
Yeah.
You haven't spent any of your mana. Right?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so next turn
It's
you
like-
can
So you
play
can
it.
combo off. You can get your storm count real high.
Maybe Storm would be
There we
sick.
go.
Storm would be sick.
That would be cool.
It's kind of neat. You get to time it. You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
like how I always wanted Suspend to be. Like sometimes it just doesn't pace out with how you're like sequencing your cards. And it's like this one's just like, okay,
Just
I get it
a
next turn.
later turn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
later.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do it anytime, right?
Yeah.
As a sorcery.
So like theoretically, you could just put a bunch there, board wipe, and then play them all.
yeah.
Mhm.
Right. And if this set's anything like the set we're currently in, there's be a couple board wipes.
This sounds atrocious.
There's lots of board wipes in this set. There's 3 of
Yeah.
them, right?
No board wipes, please, Wizards. Like, I'm just
They gotta have
imagining.
board wipes with Plot.
I mean, damn.
You just described the whole point of it.
Yeah.
No. Like, just imagine getting board wipes and then having them play 5 free cards.
Like if someone's plotting a ton and not playing anything, you're like, huh?
Really,
yeah,
they
but
have
like,
to have
if
like
you don't
a-
have plot things, how do you beat that? Because I assume plot's not all 5 colors, is it? Do we know?
I have no idea.
Like, because the idea then is you plot as well.
Yeah.
But if you just can't because you're not in that color combination and then they board wipe, that would feel awful.
Yep. And then there's another mechanic called Saddle. And it's like crew, but for things that are already dudes. So this is a 4/2 saddle for 3.
I like this.
a
mechanical
3 mana
idea.
4/2. Whenever it attacks while saddled, creatures you control gain trample this turn.
That's tight.
So you can tap
wait,
like a 1/1 to saddle it to ride the dude.
But you need to. Is it saddle 3? So you need to tap creatures.
It's
with
saddle
power?
1. Sorry, this is
Okay,
saddle 1.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
need it's a 4/2 for 3,
I like it.
and it saddles for 1.
That seems
Yeah,
tight.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And it's just until end of turn, right? Just like crew.
Yeah, as long as it was saddled. Yes.
Yep.
That's hilarious. I actually really like that mechanic. It's probably gonna be really annoying.
It's gonna be
only
really
be
funny
really
too.
annoying,
Like I
yeah.
saddle this creature using this creature. Like,
Is it like
It can only saddle as a sorcery too, so that's kind of
I love it. Well, yeah, like you have to like the crew mechanic is garbage, right?
because the thing's not a dude without the crew.
yeah,
right?
yeah, like that mechanic is actually garbage because like there's so many like phase issues with crewing.
See, all I know is I love crew because I crewed a creature using itself, so it was tapped, so I could bounce my creature and
Yes,
get a map
I remember that because you did that to me.
I love crew
I do
specifically
love
because of that
crew
moment.
because it's super big brained, right? Like you could do some really degenerate stuff with crewing.
Exactly.
Yeah, like low key, it's adorable, but
Yep. And then there's also another thing that like makes 1/1 mercenaries. That seems like that's going to be a recurring. It's like if you like cards that say if you do this, make a 1/1 mercenary or.
Is there like a theme with that, like mercenary lords kind of stuff?
There's
or?
Outlaws, I think. That's like a band, kind of like the Dungeons and Dragons set when it's
Mm-hmm.
like if you had like a rogue or cleric, whatever. There's a band of those for like certain types of creatures that are outlaws that like give you some sort of
That's cool.
payoff on
little
some
assassins.
cards. Yeah.
like
Hopefully, it's a little
Warlocks,
Yeah.
rogues, assassins,
like
stuff like
party.
that. Yeah,
Kinda
like
like
party.
party,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just like party.
Hopefully, it's a little easier to accomplish in limited than you're like getting all 4 of those. Like,
I
Yeah,
loved
or hopefully
party.
it's like, if you have an outlaw do this or you know what I mean?
yeah, like more incremental payoffs instead of a
Yeah.
payoff if you have all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's another thing that's like committing a crime, and I don't have all the details on that, but I think it's if you target your opponent's creatures, your opponent, or their graveyard.
I think it's their
That's
spells
committing a
as well.
crime.
Like if you count
Or
on
their
one of their
spells,
spells.
yes.
Yeah.
Basically, if you target anything of your opponent's with any card, you committed a crime.
Yeah. We've learned from EDH players that interaction is a crime. Yeah.
And then there's like, if you committed a crime this turn, do this, like investigators. You know what I mean?
They have
So-
desert lands again. Is that correct?
I don't
I
know.
think I remember seeing that in
Oh,
the
that's
spoiler.
tight. I do love
And so
deserts.
you're able to like enable committing a crime with your lands.
They do
Oh,
have
that's
desert
cool.
lands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tight. I do love me a good desert.
Common 2-colored desert lands.
Oh, yes.
2 colored?
Green, white.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
When it enters the
That's super
battlefield,
tight.
deals 1 damage to target opponent. Enters tapped.
That's sick.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
When
What?
ATBs deals 1 to a target opponent, enters tapped. Green,
That's
white.
broken.
Yeah, 2-color duel that pings.
Hell yeah.
Sign me up.
Oh yeah, that's tight.
And you commit crimes with it.
That's super tight. I like it.
Looks like there's some investigate on some of these cards too. So some surveil,
I do love seeing
second spell
surveil.
stuff.
I do love
Yeah.
seeing surveil.
No, I like the consistency factor where you don't end up screwed or flooded quite as much. Like it
I
just,
just
makes the games more fun.
I just like disinformation campaign.
Oh, and there's a bonus sheet of crimes.
Really?
Yeah, a crimes bonus sheet that's just like all crimes, like Thoughtseize.
oh, tight.
Yeah, I remember seeing the
Oh,
art
that's
on
tight.
that. It looks
Yeah.
super cool.
They are cool. They're
That's
like
cool.
wanted
Yeah.
poster
Yeah.
type art.
That's tight.
Yeah.
It's all crimes. That's super on flavor. I like it.
Yeah.
I like the flavor already. I haven't even seen
Bonus
any of
sheet
the
plus
cards.
play booster plus special guest plus lists.
plus saddle.
Yeah.
Plus saddle.
Plus saddle. I already like it. It's already a sick limited format.
I'm excited for it for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the theme.
I'm excited to get out of this set and saddle some fools.
You gonna miss this set at all?
No, not really. At
I'm
all.
gonna miss doppelganging on people.
Dude, the
Doppelganging is fun.
2 mana 3/3 defender for that common. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, it can attack.
That's tight.
2 mana 3/3 defender.
I mean, when have those ever been that good? Outside
Walking
of the
They're
Defender
defender
Robi's
deck.
favorite card.
Walking bulwark.
Wasn't that in the defender deck though?
Yeah, but it was so good.
But it was only good because of what was it? Wingmantle Chaplain?
The pirate one from the last set, Lost Caverns, was good.
No,
It was mediocre.
It's fine. Yeah, it's
It
fine.
was like
Which one?
The pirate, that whenever you play a pirate, it can attack.
Yeah, those cards are always kind of okay.
they're
Jaded
Jaded
Analyst.
Analyst is fine.
Jaded Analyst is actually fine.
No, let's not go too far here.
No,
Such
no.
a good blocker. You guys are tripping.
It's a bad blocker. It's a 3/2.
Yeah, trades for a 3 mana card.
But like trades, right?
Assuming they don't have a trick, and they always have a trick.
You always have the trick.
Then they blew out your Jaded Analyst. Cool.
So
Good-
by your
good
own
job, bro.
admission, they've blown out a card that's bad because you're why put the bad card in your deck?
Because it blocks. Forces them tricks out, baby.
So does Fairy Snoop, and we all think that card's bad.
Whoa, Fairy Snoop costs like 6.
Yeah,
It costs a lot.
that is true. The
Costs
worst
everything.
flip card in the format.
But
Which Ryan's 7/0 mono black deck had 2 of.
That
7-0.
is- Wow.
3
Did you
Basilica
see it, Joel?
Stalkers.
Did you see
I had not. No.
It's a thing of beauty, let me tell you.
Oh my
I
god!
almost
Oh.
conceded and refired another draft.
As soon as we started this episode, I remembered that this is all I really wanted to talk about was Ryan's 7-0 mono black deck because it's the worst deck I've ever
I'm gonna
seen
be
in my
honest.
entire life.
I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on and say arena matchmaker. It's the
No.
only explanation.
Yeah.
Quick drop.
Probably. It was quick draft.
That's cope.
I had no rares, 0 rares.
Yeah.
I drafted 4 Basilica Stalkers, only played 3. They were good. 2 of the 3/4 menace guys that gained me some life. And the like bomb of the deck was that double card that's like destroy a tap creature or play 2 cards
Push
from a
pull?
graveyard.
Push
Yeah.
pull is very good.
When I always used it on their graveyard because they weren't mono black. And
they had good
it was
creatures.
insane.
Yeah.
Like I got a dog and a 3/3 flyer back one time, and it was like, you're gonna die. Like,
At the sealed, at the Hunter Burton sealed, my friend Sam got back a Vein Ripper and some other 5-drop. And then because it sacrifices at the end step, it also pings them for 4 on the end step, right? So he had like 10 power attacking with haste and then 4 more just randomly.
That's wild.
You know, he killed them from 0 creatures on board. They're at like 14. They were just dead, you know, out of absolutely nowhere.
That's insane.
Like, yeah, it was pretty sick.
That's insane. That card is good. That card is good. A lot of those split cards are really good.
Yeah. That's not true.
You know, what other split card is that great?
Flotsam, Jetsam.
Like collect evidence, it's helpful, but I don't think it's
not
actually that.
like
The one
a
that
good
you
playable
can
card.
put the counters on attackers,
Oh, wait, that one is
or
sick.
you can make 3
Yeah.
Thopters.
I've never actually played
That
it.
card's good.
That,
card's
it is
actually
very good.
good.
The
Especially
overrun
more
one,
involved.
I've been having a lot of success with
I have
overrun.
never
Muscle,
played the
muscle.
overrun one. I've never had it played against me.
Every time I've played it in F&M the past couple weeks,
Mhm.
and every time I resolve, it's just GG. Like get to 6, I win.
I mean, yeah, no, if you're wide and you get to 6, that, yeah.
You don't even have to be that wide, really. Like as wide as your opponent. You know what I mean? Like they have to block it, or they're gonna die.
It's a really
Then-
bad one. The one that mills 3 and then you
That's
make
Flotsam Jetsam.
Flotsam Jetsam.
That one's bad,
That
yeah.
one's a bad
And then the one that destroys all artifacts, or like.
oh yeah, that's
I've
a
got
bad
no
one.
mega blown out
I
by that
had
card.
one for the
That does not
sideboard.
surprise
but-
me.
Yeah. That is the card only you would get blown out by.
Yeah. I blew up like 3 of my lands.
It's like that.
like I like conceded so shamefully after getting that
Everyone
card
forgets
played
that
against
the
me.
clue land is an artifact.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have definitely pick your poisoned on 1 in a post-board game
Oh,
when
yeah.
I played it. Like,
Oh yeah.
I heard in the crop see somebody with that last week. Like, I'll hit the land.
seems good. Yeah.
Or when they hit it with the monkey.
They had to reread it. They're like, this doesn't say lands, but it's an artifact. It does say artifact.
I will collect evidence 0 to do that as well as the other stuff.
Yes.
Jeez.
Go ahead and tack that bad boy on there.
Dude, it makes me so mad that like the red white has like hella artifact removal everywhere. Just stapled onto everything.
You don't even need it. Like,
Yeah, you don't.
you don't even need it.
You don't even need it. You're like better off just like sacking your own artifact to make your monkey a 4/4.
We're just not playing the monkey, but yeah.
Yeah, I think monkey's good though.
I was initially fairly high on the monkey, and as less and less people have drafted the artifact deck, I've gone
Yeah.
in lower and lower on it.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's just like good sometimes, like just to blow up their like mana fixing, like their golem or whatever.
Sometimes you get value. Like if you ever hit
Yeah.
a real card out of it, you feel amazing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the number of times I've hit a real card out of it recently compared to at the beginning of the set, I felt like it's gone way down.
Yeah. They often always have the 2 mana up to like blow their clue up or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like even hitting a clue on it doesn't feel that good. Like there are times it's good, don't get me wrong. But like, you know, they haven't put the mana into it yet.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
How do we feel about the clue equipments? I think they're
I'm
good.
going up on them.
I'm going way up on them.
I still don't love them. Yeah.
I love them. I love them with the snuffler.
That mono black deck.
I love the snuffler.
Not the snuffler.
I love the snuffler.
That mono black deck abused 2 lead pipes, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Abused
Dude,
them.
Mono Black loves lead pipe.
Yeah.
Lead pipe is so sick in Mono Black. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that's what went wrong at the Memorial RCQ. I really needed lead pipe. I can't believe I didn't
You
draft
are
it.
You would be
joking?
surprised.
You would be surprised, genuinely.
You would be surprised.
Because it also pings them.
When it dies, right?
Yeah.
And it has to die, otherwise they're gonna die.
I mean,
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
And it's
Random
so
damage.
sick when you just
Have
suit
a
up a gorehound
yeah.
and just start going in.
Yeah,
And
that's
you're
fair.
like,
I did have like some good one
toxin
drops in that deck.
analysis?
Maybe it would have been good.
It unironically is.
I always have trouble justifying it over something like toxin analysis. Like toxin analysis always feels better.
They work together beautifully.
Maybe, yeah.
Especially with like Mono Black having all the menace guys. Like,
Yeah. No,
especially Gorehound.
I had
yeah.
2 Gorehounds and I had 1 of the Fester Leech. Right?
Yeah,
But I had 2 or 3 toxin analysis and I think I played 2. And I didn't feel
I
like,
think 2 is good.
the third one felt like too much, right?
Yeah.
But the first 2 there felt good. And then I also had a Presumed Dead. And the Presumed Dead was amazing.
Presumed Dead is actually way better than I originally gave it credit.
I had one where he double blocked it. My Undercity Eliminator. I Presumed Dead.
Yeah.
I killed both his blockers,
Sick.
got it back. I sacked my skeleton from Case of the Stash skeleton when it came back. Exiled his 5-drop, went to my end step, solved the case. Right? Just like felt disgusting.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's sick. Dude, I kill people so much with that card. Presumed Dead,
plus
just
2
like-
plus 0 in black.
Yeah, just like straight up, just extra
You're
2
dead.
points. Yeah, all the time. All the time. Nobody plays around it.
Why would you?
Why would you
Yeah.
have 2 swamps open? You're fine, right? Like, and then you just get presumed dead. Yeah, so is that all we have this week, Ryan? What
Yeah,
about our
we got the
superfecta?
superfecta.
The superfecta.
Alrighty, sick.
Mythical creatures.
Heck yeah.
Does that include sci-fi type creatures?
Fantasy creatures. How's that?
Anything that doesn't exist in real life.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Who wants to go first?
Let Joel go first because he's gonna struggle.
I'm gonna go with a Griffin.
Griffin.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay. Goblins. Easy.
Damn it. Yeah.
Goblins.
Okay, a jackalope. A jackalope. You never been to like one of those like country gas stations where they have like a
You tell me
rabbit,
those aren't real?
a stuffed rabbit with antlers on it, and they call them jackalope.
Tell me right now those
I
aren't
love
real.
it. I love it.
I'll take a unicorn,
Unicorns are sick.
Classic.
classic unicorn,
Sick.
and then I will choose.
Just go all the way around.
No,
It's
we
better.
gotta snake it. We gotta
You
go
gotta
back.
snake it, right?
We're not changing the superfecta formula.
Okay. All right. All right.
Mid-
we have to make it
mid-five.
the most complicated way possible.
This is
Yeah.
that's
It
standard.
makes
All right.
sense. It makes sense.
Giants.
Ooh, nice one.
Is it my turn again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Hobbits. I love hobbits.
All right, give me Minotaurs.
What? Why did you just say it like that though?
How do you say it? Minotaur?
Minotaur.
Minotaur, Minotaur,
Minotaur.
whatever.
It's definitely Minotaur.
Minotaur.
Minotaur, however you want to say it.
Tight.
gonna
Good.
have
Good one.
I'm gonna have to go with leprechauns,
Leprechauns are
Ooh,
sick.
that's a good
Yeah.
one.
and I'm thinking drakes, not dragons. Drakes. They're better.
Drakes. Young Money. Hot take here, Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Ooh, that's
Dang,
good.
crazy.
Because I'm definitively saying it's not real.
I was gonna say you can't do that. It's real. Clearly. Like,
Okay. Now I'm lost. oh God. I'm gonna say merfolk. Oh, cool. Yeah. Just because I couldn't think of a
I
better
will
one.
choose vampires,
Good one.
yeah.
Is
and
that
I will
real?
take a sci-fi one and say Quados from Total Recall.
Okay. Is it my turn again?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna pick a super controversial one. The best thing about Star Wars, Ewoks.
Jar Jar Binks's? What is it?
Jar Jar rules too. Jar Jar rules
What's
too.
his- what's
Gorgons rule too.
Okay,
yeah.
I knew you were a Gordon
Ewoks
fan.
/ Gorgons, the best thing about Star Wars for sure.
This is a tough last pick, and there's so many that are still left. Give me Cyclops. Cyclops is
Cyclops. again.
Cyclops is tight.
I'm gonna go with elves. Just classic.
That was all
Classic,
cool. That was all
classic,
cool.
classic.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Is that it? Do I have another one? No.
No, that's
All right.
it.
Very good.
Alrighty. That's all we got this week. Bye.
Get you boys on the flippity flop.
Yeah.
This is Joel.